Testing. KZ4B testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. Test, test. KZ4B clear.
Hello CQ, calling CQ, the old friends net. This is N4LQ, November 4, Lima, Quebec. Name is Steve, located in Shelby, North Carolina. The old friends net is an amplitude modulation net. Those that can generate an AM signal are welcome. We meet here every Sunday at 4 p.m. on 3715 KC. Also on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 a.m. on this same frequency. Those wishing to check in, please call now.
Good afternoon, Steve, WA4LLR.
W4KR.
KZ4 Bravo.
WA4ARK.
Oh, look. Who was the, I got ARK, who's the other station?
KZ4B perhaps?
No, I got you.
WS2U.
KN4R.
K1BJC.
WB4NKL.
CIA.
KB4 PSI. Alpha Kilo. KF4BY.
WA4EVK.
Got I missed Jack, I think. IA or EIA. What is it? What is your call, Jack?
WA7 Delta India Alpha.
Oh, Delta India Alpha. Okay, I got you. WA7 DIA. Take me a while to get used to that one. Anybody else? All right, I know I probably missed somebody here. Okay, here's what I got. WA4LLR, W4KR, KZ4B, WB4ARK, WF2U, KN4R, K1VVC, WB4NKL, WA7DIA, KB4PSI, N4AK, KF4BY, and WA4EVK. More check-ins, come now.
K4JAL.
That's somebody that claims to be Jimmy. K4JAL. I thought I heard you doubling with somebody up there, Jimmy, but sorry I missed you. Who else do we have? Okay, down the list here real quick. LLR, KR, KZ4B, ARK, F2U, KN4R, VVC, NKL, DIA, PSI, AK, BY, EVK, and JAL. Any more check-ins?
W4MEC.
And bringing up the tail end, W4MEC. So Jimmy, you will turn it over to Charlie, MEC. Anybody else? That's 16. Pretty good crowd. Well, I'm running the TX86 Ameco this evening, and the Drake 2A receiver, and another brand new horizontal loop antenna. My other one got so old that it started breaking on me, and I found out it seems to break at the corners right where it's clamped real tightly. So this time I didn't do it that way. I ran the wire through the insulator, twisted it a couple of times, and then put a wire tie on it so it's nice and comfortable. It doesn't have so much stress on the joint. And I've got three supports, and two of them have counterweights down at the bottom at the end of the rope to help cushion the blow. And it's speaking of blowing, it is really blowing today. It's been really windy. 45 degrees, and it's been going down all day long. So let's go ahead and get started. WA4LLR to take it, N4LQ.
Okay, fine business, N4LQ and the net, WA4LLR. Good afternoon to everybody. Pretty good signals. We've got 27 degrees and snow, just starting to get the ground white. It's been flurrying most of the day, but it's starting to get a little more intense, it seems, which I'm not thrilled with, but oh well. It is still February. Running the AF68, PMR8, and SB220. So that's the situation here. So, John, here it comes. KZ4B, WA4LLR.
Stan.
4KR takes it, I think, though.
Now go to Stan.
Okay, got it. I'm just going to sit back and wait and see what happened here. Okay, Dave, that's okay. Good afternoon, Dave. Dave, you're 40 over 9, if that helps. WA4LLR and the old friends W4KR. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Good to hear everybody's rocking and rolling in here this afternoon. Temperature here is 46 right now, and it was 53-ish earlier today. But yep, it's, as the word is, it's coming down. But it's sunny, bright and sunny. So I don't think we're going to get any of that. Snow, thankfully. Anyway, running the Viking 500 this afternoon as usual, and the receiver of the day is the SX101. I keep tweaking at it, and it's coming to life a little more as the days go by. John? Okay, now John, it's your turn. KZ4B, W4KR, listening for you.
Okay, W4KR and the group, KZ4B, fine business, Stan. And Dave, conditions seem to be quite good today, but indeed the wind is blowing like crazy here coming off the lake. And I think we get it worse than folks in town because there's just nothing to slow the wind down, and it is cold and clammy. Not a nice day to be out. I had to deliver my taxes up the street to the accountant, and I just about froze to death just going out for that little trip. And so I wanted to say kudos to our ice hockey team for beating the Canadians, who are less and less friendly as time goes on. And that was a bunch of sad sacks after we won, thanks largely to our goalie. They outplayed us on offense, but they couldn't get into the net, thanks to the goalie. So it was an exciting game. I'm not that big a hockey fan, but that was the best hockey game I've ever seen. Most exciting, and I think it's the first time we beat the Canadians in 46 years. So it's quite a feat, and we were darn lucky too. So over to Buddy, WB4ARK and the group KZ4B, over.
KZ4B, WB4ARK, okay. My goodness. And, well, let's see, we've got the HT32B, HT41, SX101A receiver, and we still have the horizontal dipole. So, today, we're at about 200 watts to the antenna, a little bit more actually, maybe 240. So the wind is really blowing out there, and temperature has been dropping, and it looks like it's going to drop some more. So tonight is going to be pretty cold, possibly in the teens. So I mean not teens, but low 20s, about 28 maybe. So with that, I guess we're going to have a pretty cold week coming up, and I wish we had some of that snow down here, Dave. If you could send a little bit our way. So with that, WF2U, WB4ARK.
WB4ARK, and the net, this is WF2U. Let's see, Buddy, your signal is 10 to 15 over 9, but I could barely hear your audio. Your audio was very, very weak, and you probably have to check what's going on. But everybody's pretty strong here. I would say, without giving individual reports, everybody's over us 9. More or less anywhere between 5 to 10 to 15 over. So conditions are not bad. The temperature is 42 degrees right now. It looks like it's dropping pretty fast. We started out about 55, and we've been getting wind gusts up to 22 miles per hour, according to my digital weather station here. And the wind has been going on. The wind has been going on since mid-morning or so, and it's pretty unpleasant to be outside. Things are flying, branches and dry leaves and everything. Yeah, it's going to get cooler. Running about 320 or so watts out into the NFET halfway for 80 meters. And the rig is the old Yaesu station, the separate receiver and the transmitter. Running right now, the receiver is running with a transmitter VFO, so I would be tuned right onto the frequency without having to do separates, and it's just like the good old-fashioned Drake equipment and all the other separates, same style. And the amplifier is a SOFL 2100B. So with that, it goes to Brian, KN4R in the group. This is WF2U.
Okay, Mayor, very good. WF2U in the group, Brian, KN4R, Cheryl's Ford, where it's 43 degrees, and gusty at times over here. Feels colder than that outside, though. But running a GRC9, if you can't tell, and a little amplifier running about 60 watts. Signals aren't too good yet. I'm hoping next round they'll be better. So, but still, copying everybody okay, but very few real strong signals here at the moment. So, how about you, John? K1VVC in the group, KN4R.
Yeah, I'm copying everybody great. KN4R, K1VVC. Nice to hear you on there, Brian. And Mir, on your signal, you also had a little bit of the audio went up and down. When it came back, you had plenty of audio, but a little bit in there was kind of dropped out. Anyhow, nice day here today. A little cool, it's windy. Luckily, no snow. Steve, I want to thank you very much for digging up that information for me on the Harvey Wells submarine radio. And as I thought, it could probably be converted to transmit on 160 meters as well as on 80 meters. Just have to get into it, see what's involved. I've had it sitting for years, but nothing going on with it. So with that, let me turn it over to Cliff. WB4NKL from K1VVC.
K1VVC, it's WB4NKL. Got 29 degrees here and windy and snow blowing, but it's not no accumulation, just a few snow flurries. It's going up and down. It comes down and it goes back up in the air. It's so windy. I never had seen those Harvey Wells, the versions either, John. That's an unusual one. I guess they didn't make it out to the Ham Fest anyway. I never had run across one. But might be a pretty, like I say, good 160 meter rig. Not too much going on here. It's just I've been staying in today. It's so cold with the wind blowing, and hadn't been out here in the shack too long. Don't have much heat going, so just been staying in the house today. Sounds like it's going to be that way on through tomorrow, and then maybe start warming up by Tuesday a little bit. Send it down to Jack. I was looking at your QRZ page, Jack. A lot of neat military equipment there. WA7DIA, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL and the whole friends net, WA7DIA. Well, finally rewarded with some decent propagation today. The last couple of weeks I've turned the radios on and tried to check in, but heard nothing but faint carriers in the noise. But I'm hearing about 3/4 of everybody. A few stations are very weak here, but like I say, about 3/4 of everybody I'm copying fairly well. 50 degrees and very windy here in Warner Robin. Some rolling to everybody, but not too bad. Running my ALT-30 engine for this afternoon, about 100 watts to the station rifle. And with that, I will turn it up to, I think the call is KB4TFI from WA7DIA.
Okay, Jack. WA7DIA, KB4PSI. Name's Tommy here. I'm located in Greenville, Tennessee. And some of you I've talked to, and some of you I haven't. So I'll say good evening to everybody. I got 29 degrees here, same as Cliff. I'm not too far away from him, and it's cold. When we come out of church, it was certainly a lot different than it was when we went in this morning. Let's see, let me tune the transmitter here a little bit. There we go. It's
Steve, I believe you might be the warmest so far. No, let's see. Stan. I think Stan is W4KR. But anyway, it's moving across, and looks like first of the week here it's going to get really cold. I'll send it on around, and I'll sit back and listen here. Let's see, it's over to N4AK, Glenn there, Pickens, South Carolina, KB4 PSI.
Okay. KB4 PSI in the group, November 4 Alpha Kilo. And I see that you picked up my new QRZ address. I'm actually about 8 miles outside of Pickens and Sunset, but the post office here closed and the FCC wants your current mailing address. And I put that on the email to everybody this week, just to remind you. And luckily I'm still with QST. I call them and they handle the problem for me, because after looking on the FCC website, I was just scratching my head. Temperature over here today is 41 degrees. It's been very, very windy all day. Just kind of uncomfortable being outside. And I think in the morning we're supposed to be a low of 21 and only a high of 40 tomorrow, so we're going to have some of this cold weather also. I'm running my basement rig today, my ICOM 756 Pro 3 SB221 amp and a Cobra antenna. So that's my situation. And surprising how good everybody sounds, because the A index is about 16 today. Tommy, your audio sounded distinctly much better than several others that were prior to you, so your audio sounds very good. Congratulations. And Stan, KF4BY, this is N4AK.
All right, N4AK. KF4BY in the group. Thank you, Glenn. Everybody's doing well in south of Moonville today in the Piedmont area. We're showing 45 degrees here, and it is cooling off. It's been windy, but well, it is still springtime. Everyone almost without exception is above S9, and I've seen signals go from S9 to plus 20 and back, so I'm observing some of the same QSB the rest of you are. Pass along an update. Some of you may or may not know Kim, W4OSS, that's Kilo India Mike. Several years ago he did attend the Old Friend Luncheons from time to time. Sadly, he's in hospice, losing the battle to throat and mouth cancer. So those of you who know him, I know there's a few here on the net who probably know him, wanted to update you on that. We'll send it on around. WA4EVK to take it, KF4BY in the group.
KF4BY in the group. WA4EVK. Well, thank you, Stan. Sorry to hear about Kim there. Not much going on here. I'm very glad I got my antenna work done yesterday, because it's 44 and the wind just howling here. Wind chill shown down in the 30s, low 30s, so it's going to be pretty nasty, I think, tonight. And with that, I'm going to send it on over to my neighbor, Jimmy, K4JL to take it, WA4EVK.
WA4EVK, K4JAL. Well, greetings, everyone. This is Jimmy from Christmas Present. Some people thought I was here last week, but I was indisposed. Anyhow, I'm on the ART-13 and the half-wave in-fed and the Drake 2A, which is good. And February's back. We got a white background, a little bit of snow right now, but I think we're going to get hammered. And I dread it, because I got stuff to do tomorrow. So with that, I'll give it to Charlie. W4MEC K4JAL.
Okay, Jimmy K4JAL and the group W4MEC. And good afternoon, everybody. And walked in here just as Steve called for any additional check-ins, and the rigs were barely warmed up, and jumped in there. Just got back from a little celebratory lunch there with my daughter and family. She got certified. She's working in a retirement/nursing facility, and she got some certifications there, so she can make 50 cents more an hour and can do extra things for the people that live there, so dispensing medicine and all that stuff, so, and zapping them back to life if anything happens to them, so. But celebrating that, and went by the house under construction or under repair, and drained the plumbing system there, as we don't have any reliable heat in there yet, and it's supposed to get in the 20s, and I wasn't taking any chances. And was working there yesterday, finishing up a couple of things in plumbing, and I found an issue with the drain line, and I fixed that, and a couple other things. Hopefully this week we'll actually be able to start on the cosmetic work on this place and be done with it. So. And of course, we found out they glued the carpet to the subfloor. So, golly, who glues the carpet to the subfloor? So that's going to be interesting to see how we can get that up. And I got a scraper. It's kind of like a hoe, but it's a straight edge. It doesn't have a curved edge. And I'm not sure what you use that for. I mean, I've got one, but I've always used it for scraping stuff, you know, so long handle on it. So I'm going to attack it and see if that rug will peel off of that floor without too much effort there. So if it ain't one thing, it's another. And we just made it into the Heathkit tribes here and fired them up, feeding the dipole antenna. I did not have time to run out and fire the RT-13 up and use that today. So maybe on Tuesday, if it's not 20 degrees, and it's 37 here right now, and partly cloudy. Sun's out right now, and no snow, just cold and windy and chilly. So back to you, Steve, N4LQ, W4MEC.
All right, Charlie, W4MEC, N4LQ. And I've seen people use those scraper things on shingles, on roofs. Do we have any more check-ins to the old friends net? Call now.
W4HKZ Greenville.
Okay, there's Stan, W4HKZ. Anybody else? All right, Stan, go ahead and make it and turn it back to me.
N4LQ, this is W4HKZ. It's Ken, Kilo Echo November, Stan. Very good afternoon to everybody. I've been here most of the net. I think I missed the first 3 minutes. No one's fault but my own. And I ditto on the weather, and also my serious and sad concern about W4OSS as well. So we'll try to keep you people apprised on what's going on there as time moves along. I'm running a 7300 today, running 100 watts, which is about 25 watts AM. Copying everybody very, very nicely. No noise, and I thought sure we would have some today with the wind as high as it is, but it has been an excellent day for AM. On around the list, N4LQ to take it again and move it on, W4HKZ.
Who's that?
KG4IUQ.
All right, KG4IUQ Mark, go ahead and give it back to me.
Okay, thank you, Steve. This is Mark, KG4IUQ. It's cold here in Shelby. Not very cold. It's only about 43 degrees, but it's windy and colder than it has been for a couple of weeks. I've been busy. I went and bought me a banjo recently. Been trying to find a strap for it. Amazingly, the world's getting to where you have to order everything off of the internet. Went to Spartanburg, thought they'd have one at the shop down there, Guitar Center. They didn't have one, so I've ordered one off the internet. Been having a good time being off work for a few days. Went to church today. Decided I'd check into the net here. Everybody is sounding pretty good. K1BBC sounds okay here, and Cliff NKL, strong signal. He says he has snow there. Jack DIA, WA7DIA, sounding okay here. Tommy KB4PSI in Tennessee, Greenville, says it's cold. Good and strong signal. Glenn N4AK with the ICOM 756, sounds good. Stan KI4VY, sounding good here. Little light though. Light signal. Boone, WA4EVK, you sound good. And Jimmy, K4JAL, you're sounding good. And Charlie, W4MEC, you're sounding good. And the last person, I'm sorry, apologize, I didn't get the call sign, but I understood you saying you were running a ICOM 7300 at about 100 watts. I'll turn it over now to Steve, N4LQ. This is KG4IUQ.
All right, Mark. Am I sounding good?
Yeah, you're sounding fine.
Good. I couldn't live without that. Yeah, let's see. And according to Glenn, everybody that was on before Tommy had bad audio. I like that. Well, I don't know. I think the little Ameco here does okay as far as audio goes. It's good enough. Just a D104 on it. And let's see here, Charlie, tell your daughter congratulations on getting herself bona fide, certified, and all that good stuff. I think, in my opinion, Jimmy's audio is the best for AM on that ART-13. That thing just penetrates so well. And part of that's due to his golden throat audio, I guess, or modulation, but the audio is just superb. And yeah, I think Buddy's got something going on with that audio. It's about 20% modulation or something. I had to turn up the volume a bit, but the signal strengths are all good. Copying everybody just about 20 over, so the signals are not getting blowing in the wind as they say. Yeah, the Harvey Wells thing really caught my interest, and that transmitter apparently it was something made for the police, and the article that I found on it was almost like it was something you had to build, and they had the plans, even the holes to be drilled in the chassis and so forth. So that was the early days of Harvey Wells. Harvey radios started out back in the 30s, but Mr. Wells came into the company in 1940, and that's about when that thing was built. So that was new for him, I guess. And so same thing goes for that marine radio that that K1BBC posted. That's an interesting one. And those things were all HF down mostly in the lower part of the spectrum, right above the broadcast band. And in the early days of police radio, the communications was all dispatch one way from headquarters, and they'd tell the car where to go. and then they started doing two-way radios. That was a big deal back in those days, so you could talk back to them. Well, let's see. That's interesting about the snow you guys over in Burnsville are getting. I see it on the radar. It looks pretty neat. 55-mile-an-hour winds, and it says 5 inches in the higher elevations possible. So let me check one more time, see if we have any additional check-ins. I did not quite copy that. Try once more. Yeah, KA7RCN. That call sounds familiar. Go ahead and remind me who and where you are there. And you're kind of light here on this end, and try to modulate that thing as much as you can. KA7RCN, go ahead.
Southeast Ohio here from
Okay, Mike, in Southeast Ohio. I think I talked to you once before, maybe on 160, and you're certainly welcome. And your signal strength is about an S8 to an S9 here. A little bit of noise, QSB. Naturally, it's quite a distance to make it all the way down here to the Carolinas. Okay, let's go ahead and do another round while we still got time. WA4LLR, N4LQ.
Okay, Steve, N4LQ, WA4LR, 19 check-ins. Man, that's great. Good afternoon to Mike in Ohio. Mark, good deal on picking up the banjo. Good luck. I used to play, but arthritis in my hands at the point I had to give it up. Ken, 7300's doing a good job. And Charlie, congratulations to your daughter on the certification. Good luck on getting that glued down carpet up. I tried it with a scraper and finally had to get one of those vibrating, oh Lord, I can't remember the name of that tool. But that's the only thing I got the one loose with that I was working with. Hey, Jimmy, ART does sound good. Boone, howling wind, yep, we're familiar with that. And Stan sounding good. Sorry to hear about Kim. Glenn, the Pro 3 sounds fine. Let's see, Tommy, big signal as always. Jack, copying your 100 watts up here in Burnsville from Warner Robins. And Cliff, blowing snow. Yep, I hope it doesn't accumulate, but I'm afraid it will. And John, thank you for the heads up on one of the items for this day in history. And let's see, Brian, these RC9's always loud up here. Mir, big signal. And Buddy, the audio was low. And Stan, I mean not Stan, but John, the hockey victory sounds good. Stan, I apologize to you. I had it written down correctly. For whatever reason, I was thinking about John, sent it straight to him. Oh well. Steve, the new loop, is doing a bodacious job. I was looking at the space weather, and they had a picture of the sun up there with no sunspots. The official version says there's 11, but you can't see them. And they were debating, wondering if this was the first spotless day in 4 years. We'll see. Anyway, solar flux index is 110 and the K is 4, and as Glenn said, the A is up pretty good. So we're having great conditions with that in mind. A few items from this day in history, as John brought to my attention. Today is the Abu Simbel Festival over in southern Egypt, And what that's all about is this is one of the 2 days a year that the sun illuminates the interior of the temple of King Ramses II. And there's a lot of other touristy things happening as well. On this day in 1980, U.S. hockey team beat the Soviets in the Miracle on Ice. There's another hockey victory for us. On this day in 1732, George Washington was born. On this day in 1819, the United States acquired Spanish Florida. On this day in 1917, Mussolini was wounded by a mortar bomb. On this day in 1942, Roosevelt ordered MacArthur to get out of the Philippines. And on this day in 1959, Lee Petty won the first Daytona 500. And last and certainly not least, on this day in 1978, Navstar 1, the first operational GPS satellite, was launched. So there you go. Stan, I'm going to get it right this time. W4KR, WA4LLR.
All right, Rev. Thank you. Dave Wiz, WA4LLR, W4KR. Hey, you got two stands in here this afternoon. That's unusual. Unusual to have that happen. Anyway, let's see here. Couple things. As far as the hockey game goes, the U.S. goalie, the Canadians had 42 shots on goal. Only one got into the net. So he stopped them 41 times, which is that's a big number. That's a big number in hockey. Boy, indeed. Buddy, agree with Dave and the other folks. Plenty of carrier. Carrier was good 30 over 9, but audio was way down. I think you were maybe backing away from the mic a little bit because at one point it got up pretty good, and then you kind of faded away again. I had a want on QTH. In fact, it's still there, for a power supply for a Harvey Wells T90 transmitter. I came by the transmitter, but didn't. It was an auction, and the power supply wasn't there. And I hunted for it to see if it was somewhere else in that auction system, but it wasn't. Got an email from a fella calling himself K8BYP, Bravo Yankee Papa, K8BYE, supposedly in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, that he had one, and he would send it down here if I paid him, and if I paid him via Venmo, that's the only way he wanted to get paid. I did a little research, and turns out that boy is located not in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, is not K8BYP, but is over in Nigeria. He finally called me on the phone. That was a mistake on his part, because the original K8BYP died in 2014, and his son has the call. His son doesn't live in Oak Ridge. His son lives out in Washington State. So look out for K8BYP. Sorry to hear about. Sorry to hear indeed about W4OSS. I did see in the news this morning that a end for an Arizona Cardinal player, Rondale Moore. The last year and the year before had knee injuries the last game of the season, and he was a young man that had a bright future. He was from Purdue, and was found dead yesterday rather, from a self-inflicted gunshot wound, unfortunately. And Steve, thank you again for the rundowns on the various versions of the 101. I think this is a 2 actually. From what looking at some different schematics. Anyway, with that, now it goes back to John again. Here we go. KZ4B, W4KR.
Very good. W4KR and the group KZ4B. Fine business, Stan. Booming in here. You one of the strongest signals. I believe Steve was mentioning police radio. When I was just a little kid, I'm talking like 6 years old, my first radio was a table model 5-tube AC/DC Zenith, but strangely, on the top end, it only had one band, but up at the very top end, it would pick up the bottom or all of the police band in the bottom of 160 meters. And I could hear the police, and back then, the police, the dispatcher would transmit on 160 meters, as Steve said, but I could never hear the other end, and there was no reply. But later, the mobiles got a frequency up just below 6 meters, and I think that was probably AM that far back, I'm not sure. But so, they either had no way to transmit back to the central station, or they, early on, they could transmit back around 50 megahertz or below. And but just above that was 160 meters. And my first Elmer, W4BUL, was who owned the Lexington First Radio AM radio stations, and he was always talking to a guy in Liberty, and that was YBL. I think it was either W4 or K4 YBL in Liberty, North Carolina, and I could never hear him. But BUL lived just next to my neighborhood, so I could hear him just fine. And so that was my first experience in ham radio. And but anyway, shifting gears, buddy, I could barely hear you, even couldn't copy you part of the time, so they're right, crank up the audio unless there's some kind of a bad connection or malfunction, because your carrier was fine. So something to be tinkered with. So over to Buddy, WB4ARK in the group, and there's such a big group. Thanks for calling the net, Steve. Take it away, buddy.
KZ4B, WB4ARK. All right. Well, I think we might have it up there at the point where you might be able to hear me now. I hope it's not too high. It looks like it's well, it looks like it could be flat topping a little bit, but not too bad. So it's 49 degrees here in Lake Wiley. And I think the ART sounds very good, Jimmy. Audio sounds great. And so keep up the good work with that unit. And I'm using a crystal mic, which is really temperamental and has to be set. It has to be set pretty close. You can't mess with the output too much, and it probably has a good bit of highs to it. So I see my output meter is dropping when I talk, so I know I'm getting good audio there, so and probably a little bit too much. But at any rate, I'm going to say 73, and thanks for calling the net. Steve, I think you'll probably agree that my audio is probably a little bit better now, I hope. So we're going to go back and watch the race in Atlanta, and everybody have a great day. We'll hopefully see you on Tuesday. WF2U, WB4ARK.
Yeah, okay. WB4ARK and the group, WF2U. Yeah, 73, buddy. Now your signal went up. I mean, your audio went up. You're still holding at about 15 to 20 overnight. Nice signal all around. And that's a nice big net this afternoon, and good to hear Jack, WA7DIA, and everybody else. So I'll just keep it short. I'll give it to Brian. I'll say 73 to everybody first, and I'll be staying and listening to the end of the official end of the net. So, KN4R and the group, WF2U.
Okay, Mayor, very good. WF2U and the group, KN4R. Very good. Signals are coming up, and audio is coming up too. Buddy, that last transmission, if you're still listening, sounded really good. And I think Jimmy's voice carries very well. And Tommy over in Greenville, signal here. And great to hear Ken down there in Greenville, the other Greenville, W4HKZ. I used to listen to Ken on the local 146.94 repeater. I can't tell you how many times I get on there. And Ken was, I think he was a Fairwind salesman, and he was just running around all day long and keeping the repeater going. So we had quite a lot of usage back then. So it was a lot of fun. So let's see. Tomorrow I'm going up to Arden, North Carolina, to meet Ron Beaver. I'm taking the 75A1 and speaker over, and he's going to kindly take it to Don down in Georgia, KN48BP, and so he's taking it down to Dawson for me. So that's great. So, and let's see, we had a great family party yesterday, and we had oysters and oyster stew and broccoli and cheddar soup and a couple other soups and all this kind of stuff. Big deal. And it turned out the reason why we were having such a party was we now have number 10 grandchild on the way due in September. So that'll pretty much be the last of it for us, but it's a great thing. So anyway, I'm going to say 73s as well. Hope everybody has a good one. We'll see you Tuesday, if not soon. So, K1VVC in the group, KN4R, 73s.
Yeah, 73s, Brian, and congratulations on the new arrival that'll be here. I hope, soon. That's terrific, wonderful. And I have to tell you, your two puppies are absolutely spectacular. Don't overlet me in your house, or if you do, I'll probably steal one of them. But they are absolutely beautiful. Congratulations, Charlie, on your daughter, and I think that's great. I hope you had a nice dinner. By the way, I forgot to mention, I'm running the Johnson Valiant today, and receiving on the Hamlin Pro 310 receiver. And everybody's coming through great, very, very good. Except the station in Ohio, could just barely hear him in there. So with that, over to Cliff, WB4NKL from K1VVC.
Okay, John, K1VVC, WB4NKL. Good copy on everybody, but I have to admit I've got some help on a SDR receiver over in Bakersville. I've got the line noises returned. It's been there ever since the big snow, off and on. And I got out yesterday, and I'm pretty much determined where it's coming from. It's a pole with three-phase. It's a dead-end pole, three-phase, and transformer and a bunch of stuff on the pole. But it's about a half mile from here. So I'm gonna do some more testing and determine that it's at that pole. That you can pick it up approaching the pole, but pretty sure that's where it's coming from. I'm gonna get the pole number and report that one. Hopefully get some help on the line noise. Good to hear Ken, HKZ sounding good in Tennessee. Ken, I could hear you above the line noise with 25 watts. And I heard Mike up there in Ohio with the SDR. Couldn't hear him on the receiver here because of the noise. Stan, sorry about the scam. I remember working that K8 BYP down in Oak Ridge. So that's a shame, but good thing you caught it there before you started sending money out. I'll say 73's enjoyed it today. Thanks for calling it, Steve, and look for everybody there Tuesday. Go ahead, Jack, WA7DIA. It's WB4NKL.
WB4NKL. Thank you, Cliff. And the old friends, that's WA7DIA. Signals came up that time. Quite a bit easier copy. Did not hear the station up in Ohio at all. Couldn't even detect a carrier here in central Georgia. And on the old police radios, I first got licensed in Nevada, a little town in Nevada, in 1965. And I was able to pick up the LA dispatcher, who was transmitting at about 1700 kc. And for about the last year or so of their operation on that frequency, it was kind of fun late at night listening to the calls coming out of Los Angeles. And then since I was in high school, it was a lot of fun that one of the LA rock and roll stations would come booming into central Nevada early in the morning. So I always wake up to KRLA in Los Angeles. Oh, times change. Anyway, signals are up that time. The QSB is down. I was hearing just about everybody. And with that, I think I'll say 73. Good to hear everybody. I will try to check in, propagation permitting. Like I say, last couple of weeks I've turned on the radios and heard nothing but weak carriers buried in the noise. So I will check in as propagation allows. With that, I'll turn it up to Tommy. KB4PSI in the open, jet from WA7DIA, 73 out.
Okay, Jack, WA7DIA and Warner Robins, KB4PSI. Well, Jack, you're the first contact I've had in that area. I'm very familiar with that area. Before I retired last year, I had to go down there quite a bit, right below you there to Andersonville, Georgia. We've got a sister plant there, the company I work for, called Mocoa. And I used to have to do a lot of automation down there on those furnaces. They have some clay furnaces that are huge. And it's a unique area. The clay in that area is white. It's not red. You know, you think of Georgia clay, you think of red clay, but that area is not. So it's a unique product that we made from that. But anyway, Jack, it's good to hook up with you here today. And good signal here in Greenville from Warner Robins. Steve, the Ameco audio sounds great over here in Greenville. And I don't know what Dave's running, LLR, but Dave, your audio's good too. I got good copies on everybody over here. I don't know. This old system I've got here, I'm receiving on a Motorola R390, and I'm transmitting on a Johnson Viking Ranger fed into a Drake L4B amplifier. on a in-fed antenna, so it must be hooked up pretty good, I guess. Maybe the weather's got a lot to do with it too, but anyway, let's see, let me get down the list here. I'll make this my last one too. Boy, it's good to hook up with all you guys here today. Big turnout, Steve. You and Dave, you got it going on here on these nets, and that's great. Let's see, Charlie on the Heathkit Tribes. Real good signal there, Charlie. And it's good to hear Mark from Shelby also. You guys both got good signals out of Shelby. Jimmy, that ART, yeah, that's good audio. I don't know what kind of mic you got there, Jimmy, but it's good. That's a dandy. Let's see, with that, Glenn, over in Sunset, South Carolina. Glenn, I've got a ICOM 756 Pro 3 that I use quite a bit on AM here, and everybody tells me it's got good audio, and that's just a all-around good transceiver. So, sounds good up here in Greenville. I'll say 73s. All you guys have a good evening and stay warm. It's getting colder up here. I got 28 degrees now, so it's even dropping more since we've been talking here. But anyway, Glenn, it's over there. And N4AK, KB4 PSI.
Okay, Tommy, KB4 PSI, November 4 Alpha Kilo. Yeah, I bought this 76 Pro 3 right as it was going off the market. I figured by then all the bugs would be worked out of it. And it's been a beautiful rig. I still love it. I use it on everything. Tommy, that particular clay that you mentioned is called kaolin. Kaolin. And Georgia is the kaolin state. And I think that material is also used to cover paper to make a slick page, if I'm not mistaken. Ken, I'm so sorry to hear about, no, Stan mentioned it, KB4FB, W4OSS, about Kim. So sorry to hear about his in hospice, but he's had a terrible type cancer of the mouth and throat. Couldn't be anything any worse. Now Ken, W4HKZ, I wonder if you and Charlie worked out your grid drive problem on the Johnson Ranger yet. I'm curious to hear what you found, whether it was just a rheostat gone bad or what. Certainly been enjoyable talking to everybody this afternoon. It's been a very good conditions. So I'll pass along my 7.3 and listen down the line. KF4BY and 4AK.
Okay, Glenn. N4AK, KF4BY. Very good. Signals are holding up well all the way around. Copying everybody well except Mike, KA7RCN. Tough copy on him. We're on the St. James Gray boxes again today. And I guess it sounds okay. Somebody would have said something if it didn't, so that's good. And Glenn, Ken and I have been talking about that Ranger also, and it sounds like the final is getting absolutely no drive, and there's a critical capacitor in there that feeds the final C32. It's a mica capacitor. It's obviously as old as a radio, so if that opens up, you get nothing. So I've ordered a couple of those. Mine may need one too eventually. So that's just a shot in the dark, but we're going to take a look at that one of these days. Won't hold it any longer. Good to be on this afternoon. Good to hear everybody, and stay bundled up for the next few days. We'll try to stay warm. And Steve, thanks for
for bringing us all together again today.
Boone, over to you, WA4EVK, KF4BY 73, we'll listen out.
KF4BY in the group, WA4EVK. Well, thank you, Stan. Enjoyed it. Steve, thank you for holding or running the net. Enjoyed it today. Good group, good signals. And Charlie, congratulations on your daughter getting those certifications, man. Extra money in the pay envelope always feels good. And I really hope you have better luck with that cemented down rug. I've run into one years and years ago, but I don't even remember how we got it up. Jimmy, you got some really outstanding audio over there today. Good strong signals here, but the audio's great. And I'm going to say 73 is going to be my final round, and want to remind everybody about the 160 sideband net tonight on 1864 at 8 o'clock. Come on down and join us. We'll keep you entertained, I guarantee you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to my friend Jimmy there, K4JL to take it, WA4EVK.
WA4EVK, K4JAL. Well, thanks, Boone, for the kind words. This rig is a Old Friends Network community project. Several people contributed to it, and my laryngitis has improved my voice today, I think. Anyway, thanks for the good words, folks, and I'll say 7-3 and give it to Charlie, W4MEC, K4JAL.
Okay, Jimmy, very good. K4JAL in the group, W4MEC. Okay. Well, Steve, I've used a potato fork to take shingles off a roof several times. That always seemed to work pretty good there, getting the tar paper and the shingles off. And I think I did buy that thing years ago just to do that. I think I got it up when my son was living in Waukegan, and we were on his first house there. We were doing the garage roof, and I think I bought that thing up there to scrape that off of there, and it didn't work as good as a potato fork. So, let's see, Mike in Ohio. You had a fair carrier, but the audio was so weak I couldn't copy a thing. I heard you came up and down, but not much audio on that RF. So, and Stan, I got burned exactly like you did, almost did, but I actually got burned. And it seems to be the ones that you're looking for something. I had a one ad on QTH, and this guy had exactly what I was looking for. Had a picture and everything, and it was a scam, and I lost a little bit of money, not much, but just enough. I called the Postal Service and reported them, and I called the local sheriff up there. He was up in Pennsylvania and said they robbed me. Nothing ever happened. And they have a thing on QTH.com where you could list scammers, and I put them on there. And like you, the fella had passed away, and the guy was using a call sign. And they communicated with me via email, and it was a legit number. And once I got good and fed up and wouldn't get my money back, my last email I said was, well, I hope the money you stole from me, whatever you buy drugs with it, I hope you OD on it. So, but I never heard a thing back one way or the other, but they got me in. And I don't do double and triple check anybody now if I put a one ad out there looking for something, but you got to be careful because there's scammers out there just looking for that stuff. So anyway, okay, great encouraging words on glued down rug. That does not sound very good. So, we will find out what's maybe go get another layer of 3/4 inch underlayment and just nail it on top of it and start over again. So anyway, it's after time here. I know we're not in any big rush, but I'll say 73 also. And good to talk to all you fellas this afternoon rather. And Ken, yeah, I was curious about whether you found anything with that Ranger there, and yeah, that coupling cap is probably the boogaboo in the whole thing. But maybe you found something else. So anyway, 7-3 all, and down to you, Ken. W4HKZ, W4MEC.
Okay, this is W4HKZ. Well, congratulations to your daughter, and you know how that goes when they get a certificate like that. It feels so good, they want some more, and that's a very good way to just continue, and she'll wind up getting up salary increases all along by adding to her agenda there, so to speak. 7-3, guys, I'm going to have to run. I'm on the phone with my son in Charlotte, and I've enjoyed it very much, as I always do, and hope to be here Tuesday. We'll just have to wait and see. So, on around we go. KA4 IUQ. Mike, if you copy, this is W4HKZ, 7-3 all.
Thank you, Ken. This is Mark, KG4IUQ. I'd like to say to John, KZ4 Bravo, thank you very much for the information that you gave me at the most recent luncheon about tuning the final of the night T150. I did it today. I got it set up so I can do that. Thank you very much. And also KN4R Brian, if you're still on here, thank you for the email you sent me. I passed it on to my wife. It was nice talking to you during the luncheon. And I believe Tommy, KB4PSI, is already checked out here. It was nice to hear that he could hear me well in Tennessee. I'll turn it over now to KA7RCN. Mike, this is KG4IUQ.
All right, KA7RCN, are you still there? Yeah, I guess not. Okay. Very good, guys. Appreciate everybody for checking in, and you are welcome to check in tonight. We'd love to have some company. It's pretty lonely down there sometimes or up there on 160. 1864 is the frequency at 8 o'clock tonight and every night. Love to have somebody show up. So, and let's see, Stan, if you're still listening, K8BYP is pretty active because he's got a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and I've watched a few of them. And he shows up on Facebook on one of the groups every now and then. So, and I know the QRZ says he's in Oak Ridge, but no address, just a P.O. box, so I don't know what the deal there is. A lot of people do that because they think nobody will be able to find them, I guess. Anyway, again, everybody have a good day, 73s. And the luncheon is on the 3rd of March. That's the week after next. This is N4LQ closing the Old Friends Net.
Charlie, you still listening?
Yeah, Sam, go ahead.
Yeah, what I W4KR, what I started doing was if there's any question in my mind, and I've had several wants on there over the last couple of years, the only way I'll pay them is with a U.S. postal money order, and that scares away that scares them away, because I would rather deal with the IRS than a postal inspector. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I think if you use PayPal too, and you do it as a transaction, not friends and family, that'll stick PayPal on them too.
Yeah, they want. What these guys tend to want is Venmo and one other one, and I got burned, not with Venmo, but another one. I can't think of what the other one is right now, but I got burned by that one a couple of years ago. separately, there was a guy. I had a want at one point for a Viking 500, and there was a guy in Spain. Catch this! There was a guy in Spain that was going to deliver it. He would sell it and pay the shipping for $300. Well, that guy turned out to be another Nigerian, but obviously that was a no-go. But he did have a mail. He did have an account with a bank in Madrid, but that was bogus too. Anyway, you just got to be careful with these cats anymore. W4MEC, W4KR. See ya.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and the savvy ones know to go get a picture of what you're looking for. And they said, yep, I got one, here's a picture, right? and you get hooked. But only once, fool me once, shame on me, and don't let it happen again. All right, we'll talk to you later, Stan. W4KR, W4MEC.
Well, the guy with this Harvey Wells power supply, he had a he had a picture too. Okay, see ya.